What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of the Shired podcast with DP. I am the aforementioned DP, aka Despop, aka Jay, and as always, follow the accounts I showcase unless stated otherwise, as in, do not follow Dan Bongino. This is, I think, day 11 of me trying to get blocked by Mr. Hairline. What a douchebag. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the importance of this day. It is MLK Day, which is a better time than any to remind y'alls to change your damn smoke detector batteries. Switching to something more serious, it's been reported that America's top cop, DJ Daniel, has developed more tumors and is undergoing treatment. Prayers are certainly needed. We already know how Democrats feel about him, but since they're all fucking atheists at heart, no one needs their prayers anyway. Speaking of Democrats, I came across this the other day from an account new to me, Archway Defense, titled Weak Privilege. The luxury of being so fragile and pathetic that society literally assigns stronger people to protect you 24/7. Cops, military, security, even random dudes who still value order, while you sit back and attack strength, masculinity, self-reliance, and anyone willing to use force. You get to call cops fascists while sleeping soundly because they exist, demand we abolish prisons and defund the mechanisms of violence from behind gated communities or blue city apartments still patrolled. Lecture everyone that real men don't need to be tough while you've never lived a day without the safety net those toxic traits provide. Pathologize stoicism and competitiveness as you enjoy the fruits of a high-trust civilization built and defended by the very men you mock. It's the ultimate beta flex, hating the shield while hiding behind it. Your entire ideology only works because someone else is still willing to be the monster so you don't have to be. Weak privilege equals the privilege of never paying the price for the weakness you celebrate. Stronger men keep paying it for you. Absolutely. You know who paid the price? Renee Good paid the price. She paid the price for the weakness shown by liberal white women and beta males screaming into their TikToks to act. The same folks who won't act themselves, but do try their hardest to convince others on right and wrong, on legal and illegal, very often getting it wrong. Like when Renee's wife screamed out, "Why are you using real bullets?" As if somebody on the internet's convinced her that ICE doesn't use real bullets. Maybe she thought they only shoot out Reese's Pieces. And now it's time to rage with DP. Officer Lou points out that Speaker Johnson is calling for Congress to pass legislation banning individual stock trading for members. Key part of this? Calling for. With all due respect, Speaker Johnson, go fuck your mother. I see right through you and your bullshit. You can't trick me anymore. How about not calling for anything? How about shut the fuck up and just do it? No more lies, no more manipulation. Martha Stewart went to prison for insider trading. So how is it possible that anyone in this country is exempt? I'm calling for members of both parties to go blow their dads. How about that, fuckface? Here's another. Failed candidate Dr. Oz trying to get us riled up about more fraud? Hey, asshole. Do you think we're not aware of this? You have the president's ear. Fucking do something about it or shut up. I would tell Don Lemon to go blow his dad, but they both probably enjoy it. We saw what he and his minions did yesterday live streamed. We saw his vids before he entered the church speaking to his intentions. We saw his actions while inside, and then we saw his pants-shitting live streamed hours later trying to splain his way out of it when he heard rumblings of an investigation. What did Trump's law enforcement give us? They let us know how focused they are on misdemeanor larceny of a fucking camera. Don Lemon committed a crime on video. Don Lemon can be arrested on site. No grand jury needed. But our FBI is looking for a camera thief. And no, saying your hand stuck in a door handle does not mean you were dragged. That won't fly in court, bro. You're a beta male who can't fight, who hired the weakest security ever, and you're not worth my tax dollars being used to find your fucking camera. Just give Send Go yourself a new one. I would expect you to demand the FBI stay out of this and instead focus on the violent crimes that you're exposing. Otherwise, you're just a part of all this performative bullshit being conducted on both sides. Like this. Scott, what the fuck are you doing? This woman stated right in front of him that Trump had kids in cages. He knows that's not true. You and I know that's not true. It's been proven a million times over that any images of kids in cages at ICE detention centers were photos taken during the Obama administration. She's still lying about it. In my opinion, there are only two ways to handle this shit. Get up and leave, or slap Enough is enough. What she's doing is telling people to act and react irrationally, so let's give her the world she wants. Otherwise, you're just another grifter, Scott. You're not making any progress in convincing the masses of the truth. So, quit CNN and do your own thing, a la Tucker Carlson. You'll probably make much more money, since money is the only reason you stay at CNN. And just a reminder,
because I just came across all of these pictures that were released by ICE on how this administration has been dealing with illegal immigrants. I cannot believe the type of animals that would have voted for this. I cannot believe the type of inhuman individuals that would have voted to let this happen. Huh? Oh, that's not the Trump administration, the Obama administration. Oh, gotcha. The amount of silence heard on that side was astounding. But for some reason, there's a mighty uproar during this administration. And they tend to purposely forget who is the one responsible for actually building the cages and using them with such inhumane conditions. And because the rhetoric on the blue side is so severe and so deceptive, that there will be some blue people that will watch this video with all of the images and still find a way to deflect what actually happened. They will never take accountability.
So while Scott and Nick Sauter and Nick Shirley and all these MAGA dipshits on the Twitters hit us constantly with rage bait shit, no different from the left in their TikTok psychosis, what do we get for it other than our own blood boiling? The government gives us a "we're on it" for a stolen camera. Trump gives us this major announcement on the Army-Navy game going forward and what appears to be a legally non-binding and unenforceable executive order. And you idiots yell, "Hoorah!" And our government locks up radio and tries to convince us that he's the pipe bomber? Why is this so important, folks? Look, whether he is or isn't the pipe bomber is only a small part of the issue for me. My issue with this is that if he truly is, in fact, the right guy, they didn't just find this out. They knew almost immediately. Just like if the true pipe bomber is the closeted lesbian Capitol cop, they knew almost immediately. Just like when they announced immediately and then retracted the statement that the bombs were not actually bombs. Totally inert. Now, why would they do that? Why would they retract that? Why would they ignore who the pipe bomber was and hide the fact that the bombs were inert for 5 fucking years? It's called sentencing enhancements. See, the feds truly have a freedom-killing, un-American system. You can be arrested for misdemeanor trespassing, which typically carries no jail time and a small fine. You can either plead guilty or take it to trial and be found guilty. In state court, the sentence is still the same, but in federal court, they have these enhancements that they can add at sentencing. So when the elderly female J6er gets convicted of misdemeanor trespassing, at her sentencing, she's banged for several counts of assault on a police officer. Why? Because they lump her in with the crowd and sentence her for all crimes committed. Bullshit, huh? She's convicted of misdemeanor trespassing, but sentenced for the fucking pipe bombing. Do you understand now how important this is? And do you see now why it was so important for the Biden DOJ and FBI to lie about anything pertaining to the pipe bomber, including the fact that they weren't actual bombs? It's because neither the lesbian cop nor Brian Cole are MAGA. The bombs were placed on the 5th, not the 6th. If the truth, which our FBI knew about within days, came out, they couldn't sentence the elderly great-grandmother for it. There was no connection to MAGA. There was no connection to the J6 protest. Further, the bombs weren't real. That is why this had to go unsolved all this time. And as soon as Steve Baker got to the truth, they had to scramble and go to what, in my opinion, was their patsy. Whether Cole is the right or wrong guy, they knew he wasn't MAGA, they knew he wasn't part of anything J6 related, and they knew the bombs weren't real. Guess what, folks? All the major players involved, both at DOJ and the FBI, are still fucking employed. Do you see the issue now as you sell your soul to MAGA? Fuck, the DOJ doesn't even know that reasonable suspicion is not sufficient for an arrest. Only probable cause is, which is a higher standard. They can't even get that right. All of this, plus the Somali fraud, and here we, the people, are. Matt Couch repost of Julie Donuts. That car payment you missed, that steak you had to put back, that $15 of gas you put in your car because it's all you had, that vacation you couldn't take, that school sport your child couldn't participate in, that heat you turned down, that gift you wanted to buy your kids but couldn't, and on and on and on. They robbed us blind for decades. Any person alive who isn't outraged is beyond hope, and absolutely brain dead. And they're telling us to our face that when the other side takes back DC, all fraudulent funding will be restored. So while our side does absolutely nothing, as King Faggot John Solomon tells us, big things are coming, be patient, this is what the left is planning. You may say that this wretched, vile STD factory and Jim Acosta have no power, but you haven't been paying attention. They're on the inside, and they're telling you that anyone associated with MAGA will be going to prison when they take it all back. They've already done it once, folks, and what is our side doing about it? Zero. So why are we the people getting so enraged and riled up? They proved it on day one of this skank's governorship. No more cooperating with federal law enforcement. I say fuck it. All good and decent people get out of Virginia. She signs this for her psychotic voters. Meanwhile, one state away, 4 MS-13 gang members hacked a kid to pieces. Fuck it, give them the world they want. Move out. Let them have Virginia and Minnesota and California and New York City. If they won't cooperate with the feds, they get no more Fed money. They're full-on communists now, and communists believe in self-sustaining communities, don't they? They don't need our money anymore, unless it's for abortion services. I'll be glad to have my tax dollars go to that. If we can't get them out, we'll breed them out through attrition. As long as it's only leftists murdering their unborn, I'm all for it. May God forgive me. Quick pivot into something a little more positive. Here's a total wood. What? Listen to this dipshit cry about his 911 call center being overwhelmed. Fuck off, you traitor to the badge. Your boss and overlord demanded that his voters call 911 to report ICE. At least I see that some cops in Minnie have already done the right thing. Maybe they're not all sellouts and retards after all. And just to recap, folks, this is who we're fighting.
Okay, good. You all right, dude? You all right?
You listen to Scott and you listen to all this rhetoric coming out of the Republican Party. These are the same people that defended opening fire hoses on protesters in the 60s on the Selma Bridge. I mean, these are people who consistently
I think those were
oppress
Democrats,
people
Julie.
who are
Just FYI. Those are Democrats. Those were Democrats in the 60s.
Scott, people like you
That was your
defend
party.
exactly that kind of behavior.
But thank you for
People that-
reminding everybody that
Scott,
Democrats
people
were
like
against
you-
civil
Saying
rights.
don't be a commie. You can be a commie, but can you at least have a sense of humor about the fact that you're a commie with an iPhone? If you're the commie chick that Mom Dami elected to be the dominant advocate, can you just have a little bit of a sense of humor that your mom lives in a $1.6 million house in Nashville?
Yeah.
Can you have a sense of humor?
Just laugh about it, hon.
Yeah. Can you just laugh about the fact that you call property ownership white supremacy and then look in the mirror and see that you're as white as snow?
Yeah.
Can you have some fun with that in your own head? Can you just have fun with the idea of you going to a black family and telling them that their house is a form of white supremacy?
Yeah.
Just have fun. Just
And
have
when was the last time a directing category had 5 women and 1 man? Now, yeah, I did not bother to look that up, but I think we all agree it was never. The Emmy goes to Philip Barantini.
That's who we're fighting. That's who Benny Johnson and all these other right-leaning grifting fucks are getting us all riled up for. Let them have the world they want. They will eat their own. Their ideology is self-destructive. Fuck them all. But why didn't he go for the tires? Here's your dumb cop of the day. See? He's trying to stab the tires. We don't go for the tires, folks, because we've tried that before, and many cops have died as a result. Unfortunately, the only times when cops learn the most are the times when cops are lost in the line of duty. Then adjustments are made. Why don't we go for the tires, you ask? Because history taught us not to. It's not Hollywood, assholes. The car doesn't stop with a blown tire. Look at this retard. I'd like to remind him that although he is well covered under the Second Amendment, if he does anything but keep his rifle in the low ready position in the presence of law enforcement, he will get brained. Please don't tell him in advance, though.
Are you giving out your name?
No, I'm okay with that.
And right there tells me all I need to know about him. He's not prepared for battle. He won't even give us his name, chicken shit. There is no bravery in anonymity. This is who I see standing there. The only one who sees a black comedian in whiteface every time I see this douchebag? When I was a kid, Eddie Murphy pulled it off superbly for an SNL skit. Years later, Chappelle copycatted him, but that dude looks just like this to me. On the next segment of We Was Kangs. Do you think it stays one-on-one? But Emery King is calling this the year of the white boy. We shall see. The word of the day comes from Glad Youngling. You're welcome. The FAFO of the day comes from Moose's Felix. Love to see it. The PTSD power post of the day comes from Mel. Everyone supports mental health until your coping doesn't look cute, until you isolate, until you shut down, until you stop explaining yourself. Then it's, you changed. No, I survived something you didn't have to. Thank you, Mel. Speaking of PTSD, I can feel my demon laughing at me when I watch this. If you know, you know. And we'll end as we always do with a timeline cleanse. Take it away, tally-ho. Later, bitches.
This all started in 2016 when he was elected. That big, orange, scary man. Big Donnie. And then Charlottesville. And then pulling out of the Paris Agreement with climate change. And then George Floyd and BLM. And then COVID vaccines. And then Russia and Ukraine. Now it's Somalian daycares. And Maduro, I hate dictators, but I love him. And now this poet, this wonderful lady who just was dropping her kid off at daycare after burning it with cigarettes. And I know, look, she's lost 2 of the 3 of her kids in custody battles, but that's still 33%. She was a wonderful lady. I know my life will be complete when biracial, trans-abled Palestinians can purchase rocket launchers and grenades from 7-Eleven after a juicy fucking jumbo.
Domino, motherfuckers. Get him, Jay.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
You got DP'd.